And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Cat was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on. Wow. In bed.
Now, at the time of this happening, Cat had an ongoing feud with Comedy Central because they wanted to do some questionable things with him on camera, and he wasn't feeling the BS. You know, very similar to when he had to tell the producer Friday After Next no, because they wanted him to film a scene of him being SA'd by another man because they thought it was funny. Yeah, same thing.
At the moment where it made you want to speak your truth.
He went after Comedy Central. That's what happened. The Flavor Flav roast. The moment that I knew the Snoop Dogg is sold out. That was a hurtful moment. I had to humiliate Flav, like humiliate him, like no holds barred. And they sent a bunch of jokes. And I'll never forget watching Cat in the office downstairs at the house in Marina Del Rey. And he's sitting there looking at the script and just shaking his head. And then the next thing you know, the phone rang and I'm standing there in the office in the doorway and I'm like, are you all right? He picked up the phone and it was Comedy Central. And I listened to him threatening to him. He said, I'm not doing this. You are not going to get a black man, a real black man, to agree to do this to another black man. Dollars. It was a terrible day. And then that's when all the incidents started happening. Them sending people to the house, them putting plants backstage at the shows. I mean, I was on tour with him for American Hustle.
Right.
I was on set for First Sunday.
Right. He said he got arrested over 30 times. Yeah. No convictions.
I'm getting close.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But it's been about 30 for him. It's been 8 for me.
Yes.
He felony, I felony. You know, it was just terrible. And when I would think back to that moment, and then they called him the day before filming and asked him, was he going to be there? And he said no. And then the next thing you know, production went on later on that day and Snoop was already ready and Snoop did everything that Comedy Central asked. That Flavor Flav roast was Cat's. That was his moment. The Flavor Flav roast and the death of Malik B are the same.
So as you can see, once again, Cat refused to sell his morals and it almost cost him his life. Once they knew that Cat was not gonna do what they were asking of him, they replaced him with another black man and then went after him. This ain't the first time the industry has done this, and it definitely ain't the first time Comedy Central has been accused of trying to take someone's life because they refused to do something. Do y'all remember when Dave Chappelle literally abandoned his entire family and ran all the way to South Africa because Comedy Central wanted him dead after he turned down a $50 billion deal from them? Just like Cat, they were asking Dave to do the things he didn't want to do, and once he said no, they gave the deal to another person and went on a manhunt to unalive him.
But, you know, okay, so then I got worse. And when I said I'm not going to do it, then all of a sudden it was like, well, now he has walking pneumonia. And then I knew long before I walked, I had considered walking.
You had considered it?
I had considered walking because I went back to work and the vitamin love was gone because it was a real ugly negotiation. It's a situation where now everybody's taking credit for this and that and the other. So it's just, it was getting ridiculous. And I knew I was going to leave, so I got ahead of schedule and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going.
At some point in the interview, he talked about how some Hollywood executives tried to force him into taking antipsychotics.
The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. Yeah. Like I'm sitting around, you know, I was stressed out, but the people that were telling me I was insane, I believe that they knew what was going on. So, this was troublesome.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you.
The whole situation is actually really sad, and it's crazy that this is what people like Cat and Jaguar have to go through simply because they want everybody to know the truth about Hollywood. And mind you, these are just the people we know about. Imagine everybody else who the industry has successfully unalived because they knew too much. One person said, Jaguar Wright and Cat Williams are single-handedly taking down Hollywood, which is pleasing to me, I can't lie. Another person said, I've been saying there's no such thing as coincidence. For multiple people to come out and say the same thing, it's no coincidence. She's talking big facts, and I love it. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Cat running for his life? And do y'all think Cat's life is in danger? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.